So welcome to part two, and let's discuss the news. And we're standing in front of the Hummer right now because this is the big news coming out of it. If you guys have been seeing the GMC Hummer EV commercials, if you guys seen the pictures of it, there is going to be a pickup truck version and an SUV version, and they showed a model of it. I'm going to show an image right here of the model itself. They're sculpting it right now, and I don't want to get too in depth of what's going on because I'm not sure what is happening, but from the looks of it, it looks kind of it's not going to be the H2. I can guarantee you, because the H2 is a very big truck base and off of the body frame of the Hummer. There's no way it's going to be possible. So I'm guessing most likely it's going to be the H3 or in between the HX. That's what I'm going to be guesstimating, but there's no way, because they're trying to introduce the new battery. With you guys have been following GM for a very long time, they're introducing the ultimatum battery. So it's a fully electric powertrain. So the batteries is going to be going from the beginning to the end, and the whole thing is run by batteries, and it's run by one to three electric motors. They said the highest torque number is 11,500 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot of torque. So most likely it's going to be the most amount of motors in it. If you guys have been following a lot of electric car news, everyone knows that when you drive electric cars, they have high torque and they get off the line pretty quickly. So when you have a performance vehicle, you got to have very, very high torque to get off the line. And especially you need high torque for a vehicle of this size, like the Hummer H2, or if you have a Tahoe, Cadillac Escalade, or even a Sierra HD. The Sierra HD is like 900 pound-feet of torque, especially with 445 horsepower. So you gotta think about that aspect, and when you're dealing with fuel efficiency as well. So that's what we're looking at with the Hummer EV. So they are coming out, we heard news of it, that they're coming out in the fall of 2020. So we don't know exactly the time. They said fall. Originally it was supposed to be around May 20th, but it got pushed back because of the COVID pandemic, and everything got shuffled. So we have to sit back and wait what is going to come. And I've been watching recently, like all the other cars that have been doing digital introduction of the new vehicles, like the Ford F-150 has been introduced. If you guys didn't hear, Dodge has released the Dodge Ram Rebel TRX with the Hellcat engine with 702 horsepower. It is off-road version, so they pretty much took a smack at the Raptor, which the Raptor originally had the 6.2 liter V8 with 411 horsepower. But now it's changed to a twin-turbo V6 with 455 horsepower. I'll put the annotations in there. So is Ford going to bring back the V8? I'm not sure, but obviously I'm a GM guy. I've been standing with GM for a long time. But this is a nice competition. Is GM going to respond? That's completely out of my league for it. But I'm just restating the news that has just came out now and what is about to come. So what we're focusing on is the Hummer EV. Obviously, I'm driving the Hummer. I'm very excited. Hummer's coming back. We're gonna see how it goes. If it sells successfully, I have high hope that Hummer might come back. I really want Hummer to come back. I would like to see the H1 to come back. The H2, I love it dearly because obviously I had this car for a very long time, and I've been driving it since my father had it when I had a young age. Getting a little into the mix of it, but yeah, so I've been in a Hummer at a young age, and I'm excited that Hummer's coming back. The H3, respectable, the only Hummer I know that has a 5-speed manual on it, and I hope they come back. I really hope they come back and bring back the Hummer to go against, if you guys didn't hear about this one, the Ford Bronco. The Ford Bronco is back. but it's a smaller engine, but they're actually making the appearance look like the old classic Broncos. It doesn't have the V8 on it. It has the i4. It has the 6-cylinder on it, and it has a manual gearbox on it. And people are excited, so that's a good thing. If Hummer comes back right now, it'll be its own I would see it as its own subsidiary off-road brand, like going against Jeep and the Bronco. And I hope they bring in the manual gearbox on it, because this will be fun to watch, to see off-road brands like Hummer, Jeep, and the Bronco go against each other, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great to see something like this. I know, like back in 2010, it was one of the saddest moments. It's almost 10 years now since Hummer died, and that's because of the recession, and that's because of high gas prices that killed the thing. Obviously, the reason, I'm gonna say this, the reason why the Hummer was stopped making, because of the gas guzzling issue of its weight. It's not the power is the problem, because the engine itself is an L92 engine, same one on the Yukon Denali and the Escalade. And the Escalade is rating at 15.3 miles to the gallon on it if you drive it appropriately. If you drive it really kindly, you'll get average of 23 miles to the gallon on it, which is not bad on it. But obviously this is a gas guzzler because of its weight, because you got to take account of 1, 2, 3, 4 wheels on it. It's heavy. It has off-road stuff. It has a heavy transfer case. It has aluminum bodies on it. It has a very strong body on it. And there's a lot of things that makes it feel inefficient, and the only way to counter against it is increasing the torque number on it. This has a torque number, I'm just going to leave the annotation right there. Torque number is going to be written up there. 400, I think it's 400 pound-feet of torque. That's pretty low, and you can't handle that. Most likely it'll be good enough to put a diesel on this, probably a Duramax diesel engine on a 6.6 liter with 900 pound-feet of torque. That's reasonable. You will get fuel efficiency out of it, so that makes sense. So that's where we are on the Hummer EV. So can't wait for this upcoming Hummer EV. So let's go to part 3. And part 3 we'll be discussing one of my favorite performance vehicles of all time. But it's not named the favorite car of all named the way that I loved dearly. It's differently. So we're gonna go to part 3.